would like to share my detailed presentation, and I'm sure that you will cooperate with me in making my presentation a grand success. So the topic of my presentation is, it is very simple topic, and I hope you all read in on daily basis on this topic. And my topic is ethno-veterinary practices in veterinary medicine. So before I'm going to start my presentation, let me tell you about the background of our veterinary sciences. The greatness of a nation and its moral progress can be measured by the way in which its animals are treated, said by the father of the nation, Mahatma Gandhi ji. As we all know that if there is a healthy animals, then definitely there is a healthy people. If there is a healthy people, then definitely there is a healthy society. Every day we are intimately connected with animals. We own animals as pets, use animals for recreation, agriculture, transportation, etc. We are aware of this, yet we give little thought about the health of these animals. I was thinking, why cannot we speak and deeply make ourselves other the importance of animal health? Sudden outbreaks like bird flu, swine flu remind us that humans are not able to carry diseases that animals carry. These particularly illness are most likely to affect with that work with animal health hazard in your own home. Our first priority should be to look after animal health. When animal health grows well, we can produce more meat, milk, egg for consumption. Animal scientists work with farmers to decrease the environmental impact on agriculture. For example, if animal health goes down, it will affect in many ways like agriculture, transportation, etc. Veterinarians spend every day trying to save and improve the lives of an animal. Most importantly, veterinarians should take an oath in which they swear to protect not just animals but humans as well. We also should take an oath to take care of animal health first, so that we can produce healthy animals. And if there is a healthy animals, then definitely there is a healthy people. If there is a healthy people, then definitely there is a healthy society. So let me introduce the topic background. As we all know that India has one of the sophisticated medical cultures with a tradition of over 5,000 years. The livestock owners in India have been using traditional medication based on plant formulations since time immemorial. Livestock raisers and healers everywhere have traditional ways of classifying, diagnosing, preventing, and treating common animal diseases. Many of these are ethno-veterinary practices, offer viable alternatives or complements to conventional Western-style veterinary medicine, especially where the latter is unavailable or inappropriate. The unique advantage is that India is one of the world's 12 mega diversity countries, accounting for 8% global plant genetic resources and high share of microorganisms. Ethno-veterinary practices concerned to animal health care is a century-old practice stated back to domestication of various livestock species. It involves use of domestic knowledge, belief, practices, and skills pertaining to healthcare and management of human, animals, and birds. This branch of science is known as ethno-veterinary practices, or it is also called as EVPS, is becoming a grower concern in the field of ethnobotany botany in the West. India, being a developing country with rich ethno-veterinary knowledge, is sought to be a ethno-veterinary practices hub owing to practice with decades of experiences. Since time immemorial, the practice is mainly based on the use of plant formulations and other locally available cheap ingredients. Livestock raisers and local people with a strong knowledge of veterinary medicine usually follow traditional ways of classifying, diagnosing, preventing, and treating common animal ailments. The traditional medicines that are commonly used for animal health care can cut down costs considerably. Moreover, they are readily available to the ordinary farmer. Now, we will discuss about the current status and future perspectives of ethno-veterinary practice in India. In India, as we all know that ethno-veterinary practices are common since time immemorial. The knowledge are imprinted and carried to future generations in the form of text manuscripts by word of mouth, and most of the folk health practices largely remain undocumented. A few oldest existing book of ancient era from the asset or repository of livestock healthcare practices in India. It includes Ayurvedic practices for horses, therapeutic of horses, medicines of horses, and Ayurveda of elephants. The contemporary India classifies ethno-veterinary systems on the basis of caste, religion, and ecosystem. Therefore, sophistication, characteristics, and intensities of these systems differ greatly among individuals, societies, and regions. Also, knowledge of ethno-veterinary medicine reported in different regions of modern India were documented and published. These includes regions such as Uttarakhand, Himalaya, Rajasthan District, Rajasthan, District Kutch, Gujarat, Southern Rajasthan, Gujar Community, Uttarakhand, at Pushkar Animal Fair, Rajasthan, Alkananda Catchment of Uttarakhand, Jalna District, Maharashtra, Shimoga District, Karnataka, Kathua, Jammu and Kashmir, Bihar District, West Bengal, Purulia District. Documentation and validation of ethno-veterinary practices aroused a widespread interest in the early 1980s. All the above mentioned reports contribute less than 1% of all the existing traditional knowledge. Some level of ethno-veterinary practices knowledge resides in each and every corner of all the communities, which forms a repository. So each has to be identified, validated, documented, annotated, time tested, applied in the field, and compared with Western medicine in terms of effect and efficacy. Now we will discuss about the ethno-veterinary practice elements. First is add advantage to combat drug resistance and have fewer damaging side effects on health and environment than Western medicine has a positive effect on the growth of this traditional wisdom. Traditional healing practices include three most important elements. These are application of natural products, appeal to natural forces, and the last one is manipulation and surgery. Natural products used are medicinal plants and byproducts, edible earth and minerals that I'm going to discuss after that, parts and products of animals and other ingredients. There are various review reports stating various aspects of indigenous medicinal practices followed in different regions of the country for treatment and control of various diseases affecting both humans as well as animals. Now we will discuss about the medicinal plants and their byproducts. Plants constitute most common and most easily available source of ingredients in the preparation of ethno-medicine. Almost all parts of plants, including their leaves, bark, roots, fruits, flowers, and seeds, are used in medicinal preparations. The plants belonging to different families have different property of healing and preventing various disorders. Some families have wide range of uses by ethno practitioners, such as that you are able to see on your screen. The primary and secondary metabolites synthesized and accumulated by these plants, such as terpenoids, phenolics, which includes phenols, flavonoids, quinones, tannins, and lignins, and sulfur compounds such as glucosilates, disulfides, and acetylenic thiophenes, and nitrogen compounds, alkaloids, amines, and non-protein amino acids, and cyanogenetic glycosides. Certain organic acids and polyacetylenes constitute main principles of treatment. For example, root decoction or extract of um, any plant is given to cattle after delivery to cure problems like poor lactation and expulsion of placenta. It has been reported that 70 phytotherapeutic it has been reported that 17 phytotherapeutic practices, which includes 60 plants, were used to treat 35 type of diseases and disorders of livestock by tribal community of Malda district of West Bengal. Most treated element was Aglexia with 7 different therapeutic uses, and also 5 new ethnoveterinary formulations were documented during this survey for the first time. A number of plants, plant extracts, and their constituents have been identified as having antimicrobial, anti-ticks, insecticidal, pesticidal, antiviral, antifungal activities and are often considered as immune enhancing. Second, edible earth and minerals. Termites and ant hills serve as common source of edible earth used in ethnoveterinary preparations. Edible earth like limestone commonly used for decoctions. And third one is animal parts and their byproducts. Animal products such as milk, butter, and animal byproducts such as skin, hide, bone, animal excreta such as dung and urine serve as common ingredients of ethnomedicine next to plants. Honey, vegetable oils, and butters and salts are often used for their healing and preservative properties. Now, coming to the challenges faced by ethno-veterinary medicine or ethno-veterinary practice in present arena. Presently, in our country, the scenario is, as we all know that as the population is increasing, the forest area is decreasing. The era is shifting towards western ends, discouraging the afforestation and prefers more to readily available drugs. Also, youths of India showing little interest towards this practice, owing to disbelief and large communication gap with previous generation. Day by day, India is losing experienced persons as they are growing old and poor, and there is no encouragement to pass this rural wisdom to next generations. Also, not a single Indian policy or regulation is framed till now to protect this traditional indigenous rural wisdom. No one is aware of protecting this practice, so it is fading away in the mask of Western medicine. The introduction of modern practices also made it difficult for the younger generations to appreciate and use the beliefs and practices of their forefathers. Despite recent efforts to promote the use of ethno-veterinary knowledge worldwide, much information is only documented in field reports and scientific publications. Now, we will discuss about the ethno-veterinary practice limitations. Even though time tested, it cannot be followed in emergent situations as collection of ingredients sometimes become a major hurdle. Some remedies are inconvenient to prepare and use. Always experience matters in this practice with respect to amount of different ingredients to be used to prepare the final one. Also, doses are uncertain and remedies are not standard. The diagnosis is mainly based on symptoms rather than underlying cause of the disease. Furthermore, ethnomedicines are not fast acting and potent and less suitable to treat epidemic and endemic infectious diseases. Sometimes there is a chance of animals getting poisoned by the use of high amount of poisonous plants like Atropa belladonna. Knowledge of subsequent antidote and correct diagnosis of poisoning could be of great help in the case. Now, ethno-veterinary practice in veterinary medicine. In India, veterinary science can be classified into codified traditions and folk medicine. It has a documented history of around 5,000 years. The codified knowledge exists in the form of texts, manuscripts, and the folk health practices largely remain undocumented, which are passed on from one generation to another by word of mouth. There has been a rich traditions and indigenous knowledge about animal healthcare and remedies are based locally on available herbs. Rich and efficient ethno-veterinary traditions still exist in the villages of India, comprised of belief, knowledge, practices, and skills pertaining to healthcare and management of livestock. The people of far-flung rural areas still depend to a large extent upon plant and household remedies for curing veterinary ailments. In general, ethnoveterinary medicine is not restricted to treatment of animal diseases alone, but also involves a myriad of disciplines with all aspects of people's knowledge and practices in animal healthcare, productivity, and performance that include their diagnostic and ethological understandings, preventive, primitive, and therapeutic skills and treatment, and a wide range of health-related management techniques. The role of ethnomedicine in livestock development is presently realized beyond dispute, especially in the developing countries, and is also viewed as a potential tool to overcome the side effects of modern drugs and promote organic farming in both developing as well as developed nations. Ethno-veterinary medicine differs not only from for region to region but also among and within communities which are used extensively and quite effectively for primary healthcare treatment and maintaining animal productive. Ethno-veterinary practices are often cheap, safe, time-tested, and based on local resources and strengths. These can provide useful alternatives to conventional animal healthcare. Misuses, abuses, and side effects of modern drugs, shrinking financial resources, the reluctance of private veterinarians to settle in rural areas, and growing consumer interest in healthful organic food products also provided important stimulus for emergence and recognition of ethno-veterinary medicine as a cost-effective animal healthcare option, not only in developing countries but also in the developed countries. Ethno-veterinary medicine is recognized as a potential resource that can play pivotal role in grassroots development and poverty alleviation, empowering people by enhancing the use of their own knowledge and resources in the developing countries. Now we can discuss few medicines uh, and from which source we have to collect their samples and how they can help to treat the animals. Medicinal plants are the most commonly used ingredients in the preparation of ethnovet medicines. All parts of plants, including their leaves, bark, fruits, flowers, seeds, are used in medical preparations. Edible earth, especially from termite and ant hills, is commonly used in ethnovet preparations. Example, limestone is a commonly used edible type of earth used in decoctions. Also, parts and products of animals such as skin and hides, bones, milk, butter, and even urine also and dung are ingredients of ethnovet medicines, as you all know very well. Herbs can be used as a good alternative therapeutic aid to costly allopathic medicines, chemotherapy, and boosting immune functions in intoxicated conditions and can also be effectively complement allopathic medicines in disease state. Ethno-veterinary information is in danger of extinction. Why? Because of current rapid change in communities all over the world, excessive use of some of the wild plants is leading to the destructive harvesting and as loss of local plant diversity. Therefore, there is a need to generate awareness among the local population towards the sustainable utilization and conservation of these medicinal herbs. Herbal medicines for veterinary use can be given or prepared in a number of ways, such as fresh herbs are chopped and mixed with food. It is perhaps the ideal way to give herbs when they are available. Second, dried herbs. Dried herbs can be administered by their addition to food or making them into infusions or decoctions by adding hot water for internal as well as external use. Alcoholic tinctures are given directly or diluted in water and given orally carefully using a syringe, or either you can use the dropper. Oil infusions or lotions are given externally, for example, by rubbing on sore joints. Commercially prepared tablets or powders are the most commonly seen form of herbal remedy. Extensively used traditional treatment methods in dairy cattle studied, such as mastitis for applying turmeric on udder, foot and mouth ulcers, allowed animals to walk in hot sand and applying sand to wounds externally, applying linseed oil and turmeric externally, which works as an antiseptic, applying kerosene if the wounds are infested with maggots. In case of tympani, drenching linseed oil along with the mixture of ginger, turmeric, and asafoetida, keeping the animal's mouth open by tying a piece of wood into it. That we commonly used in the case of tympani. Retention of placenta, ROP, feeding bamboo leaves or a mixture of oil, bran, and bajra grain. And in diarrhea, drenching on and around 1 kg fruit pulp extract of mango seed kernels for 2 to 3 days will help to eliminate the diarrhea from the animal. Now, coming to the antibacterial, antiviral, and antiseptic. Turmeric, curcuminoids, garlic, which works as an antiviral, allium sativum, sulfur-containing compounds such as allicin, ajoin, diol, polysulfides, vinyl dithins, L-cysteine, and enzymes, saponins, flavonoids, and malarate reaction products. In case of neem is an important herbal medicine, have different active principles such as nimbin, selenin, malicin, etc. Neem oil is selectively activates the cell-mediated immune response by activating macrophage and lymphocytes. Apart from this, have wide range of pharmacological activities. Traditional veterinary medicine, especially the use of medicinal plants in the treatment of livestock diseases, needs to be scientifically explored. So, the conclusion of my presentation is inaccessibility, cost, and emergence of superbugs associated with the use of conventional Western animal healthcare system have encouraged constant use of cheap, safe, time-tested, and local resources-based traditional rural wisdom. Furthermore, it has been raised immense contemporary relevance for treatment of both human as well as animal diseases. Though not as potent as modern allopathic medicine, it can be used to treat common and chronic diseases as well as initial stage of critical diseases as an antibiotic alternative, thereby reduce the cost of treatment and avoid emergence of superbugs. Therefore, it is important to focus on the conservation of this rich ethno-veterinary wisdom, which could serve as a source of future treatment remedies. Documentation of these practices and ethno-medicine used by tribal and rural people could be of great help to avoid fading memory. Veterinarians spend every day trying to save and improve the lives of an animal. Most importantly, veterinarians should take an oath to take care of animal health first so that we can help ourselves to improve the animal health productivity, lead healthy and happily society. So this is all about my presentation. Thank you and Jai Hind.